I have another one, if you don't mind, Colonel.
Sure. We got to get out of your spin, right? If I may. Go ahead. Long story, Harlan.
Well, maybe. In '71, President Nixon officially declared the war on drugs, and since that time, the United States has spent over $1 trillion, and we continue to spend over $50 billion a year fighting the war on drugs, which, in my opinion, we're not any closer to winning the war on drugs today than we were in 1971. Do you support past and present U.S. drug policy? And if not, if you're elected, what would you do to improve and or change United States drug policy?
Well, let's talk about drugs just a bit. In Arkansas, meth is horrible. It is extremely horrible. I mean, one time you're addicted. 70% of the crime in the state of Arkansas is due to drugs, particularly meth. 70% of it. That's why we need to close the border. Because then, if you close the border, you will be able to save cut down a lot of crime in this state. As far as a lot of the policies, yeah, I agree with that. I think that, look, it's always going to be a challenge. Always. There are people who want to use drugs. There are people who want to break the law. That's always going to occur. It's a never-ending battle. It's an ongoing war that will go through our lifetime, your lifetime, my kid's lifetime. And what you have to do is you have to be better than the opposite. You have to be better than the opponent. I'm not saying that what we've done in the past is the best. I haven't really gone down and looked at every law. I think it's the right way to go. I think what's the alternative? Legalize it?
Well, I think there are gradients between complete prohibition of drugs like we have now and complete legalization of drugs. There's a city in Portugal has in the last few years has gone to not a complete legalization, but I can't remember exactly what it's called. They don't prosecute. They give warnings, small fines for drug issues, those kinds of things. So there are gradients.
I'll be open to debate or discuss. I'll be open to discuss any of that. I'm not a law enforcement officer. I was a military guy, so I'm learning as well as anybody else on some of the things that we should and shouldn't do. I know my dad was a policeman, and I know what he did. So you got to have laws. People have to follow them. You have to enforce them with all the vigor you can, because there's going to be 10% of the population that's always going to be doing something. And so you got to have laws. But as far as I don't know if you're going at that like legalizing marijuana or something. I don't know.
No, I don't really have an opinion.
Okay.
I mean, I have a personal opinion,
Right.
But I was just wondering do you see any parallels between our current drug policy and our policy towards alcohol during the years of Prohibition, as far as increases in crime? This kind of relates to Nicholas's question. I believe a lot of our problems with Mexico go back to our drug policy, and I was just wondering if you had any ideas to. I don't necessarily think we should legalize drugs. I just think that what we've done is not working. And what can we? You can beat your head against the wall all day and expect something different to happen. But
wherever there's a lot of money, you're going to have criminal activity, and there's a lot of money in drug use, drug trade. We cannot legalize it. I do not agree that is a viable alternative. So you can't legalize it. So you have to find other strategies to go after it. I think they've done fairly good in a lot of ways. I mean, there's a lot of things you don't hear about. There are a lot of successes that we simply don't know because of whether it's classified or maybe there was the sources of methods that cause them to not divulge that. But so I'm not so sure that we're failing 100%. But I do believe that if we were to secure our borders properly, that would stop a lot of it. And I think that's where we need to start. But we got to have laws.